Do you have a personal goal for the number of Bitcoin that the United States could have? I've heard 1 million thrown out there as a nice big round number.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of different senators and other folks on the Hill talk about specific numbers, but, I'd like it to be infinite. I want as much as we can possibly accumulate. And the reality is, I've told many people this, and especially journalists, is they say, well, is there an exact number? Well, no, not really, because, that's like saying how much gold do you want as a country? Anything else with intrinsic stored value, you want as much as you can possibly accumulate, and that's no different with Bitcoin.
Everyone's always skeptical of the digital version of analog goods, but find me another industry where the digital version didn't just catch up, but eventually surpassed the physical good. It's happened in media, it's happened in advertising, it's happened in movies, it's happened in streaming. It's going to happen in store of value assets. So how long could it take? I think 5 or 10 years, right? Remember, 10 years ago, where was Bitcoin right now? It was 2014. It was trading for a few $100s. Today, we're talking about $100,000. It's not that hard to imagine that in 10 years, it's easily at $1 million or more.
El income tax?
You're the only one that's asked me that. Oh, I deal with all these big financial geniuses. Nobody ever. There is a chance that the money from tariffs could be so great that it would replace. In the old days, about 1870 to 1913, the tariffs were the only form of money. And that's when our nation was relatively the richest. We were the richest.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're going to get more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy, and it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And I told you that we would get a first quarter pullback, and that's what happened. And then also I told you that tariffs would get stepped up, and that's what happened. Layoffs would pick up. That's what happened. So the Crypto Teacher gives you a warning like Noah and Gilgamesh, whichever one you want to call it. But we will get some type of reset this year. Most likely stable coins are the catalyst. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. We have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten, and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky, and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto, after moving up as I'm doing this video, are flat. And then also stocks are open and flat. So guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which pulled back yesterday, slightly moving up as I'm doing this video. Now we have the Japanese yen, the 30 years already at 3%. Now remember, guys, everything was at negative. And when you look at the mainstream media, they'll try to play that down. But the BOJ is only at 50 basis points. And we know eventually they have to go through a rate hike cycle. And that's going to send a rumble through the economy, but everything is going to be timed with the Fed. Remember, this is a plan and moves in phases. And then we have the dollar right now slightly up, but still weak. We have volume in crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And we have Tether announced plans to deploy its existing and future Bitcoin hash rate to Ocean's Bitcoin mining pool to strengthen the network's decentralization. And if Tether was on the stock market right now, they would be one of the highest profit companies. And then on top of it, guys, we know the Fed has its hands all over Tether. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed repo, $102 billion yesterday. Make sure you pull that on a daily basis during the week. And we know the Fed wants to keep rates higher for longer to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution. And this article states the Fed resists pressure to rescue the Treasury market. And like Ray Dalio stated, we're going to be moving over to a new monetary system. We are in a fragmented world. They have to break up everything in the legacy market in order to bring us to this new digital economy. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And one of those items are tariffs to help us get there. And we have Trump tariffs to replace income tax. And we know that's because of the rise of the machines. If the people are not working, the money has to come from somewhere. But remember, this digital economy is not even real. It's a video game. Tokenize money, tokenize goods. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Meta has received approval from the EU regulators to train its AI model using public content from social media platforms. And they were doing it at first and stopped. And of course, it starts back up. And we know Freemasonry, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And this is going to be another step to the metaverse. Remember, with social media, they know you better than you know yourself. And this also sets up digital ID. And these digital wallets on these social media platforms, the only thing they're missing is your social security number. People already put the rest of their data already online. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs are up as I'm doing this video. Now we have BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF bought 36 million yesterday. And as we see, these inflows are nowhere near what they used to be. But of course, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the inflows and outflows. Once we get regulation, we know things are going to start picking up in the space. Right now, though, it's all about building. And then we have the SEC delays staking for Grayscale spot Ethereum ETF. And then also in-kind redemptions also were delayed that were filed. Now we have report says hasn't been verified though, but Canada to launch the first spot Solana ETF this week. So make sure you look out for that. Now getting over into a little crypto news. We have South Korea blocks 14 crypto exchanges and the Apple Store citing unregistered overseas virtual operators. And that's the power of these apps. And we saw the example with TikTok. And lastly, we have Binance and Kucoin go down due to AWS data center outage. And I've been over it time and time again how powerful these clouds are. And they're all owned by the biggest corporations. And they're holding all your data. Now, we know a few years ago, we had these issues all the time. So we could clearly see that a few hands were controlling these biggest projects. And this lets you know that the big corporations and big banks had an agenda for these digital assets from the beginning. And I proved time and time again from funding rounds, they've been funding Bitcoin and crypto from the beginning. And these big crypto projects and big exchanges could have been created their own cloud, but they're using centralized infrastructure And that keeps the big banks and big corporations in control of this space. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.